Somewhere in your neighborhood, a beagle is breaking into a trash can, ignoring a recall, and howling like he's being written out of the will. It's not a glitch. It's not bad training. That's just the software. Beneath the floppy ears lives a high-powered scent missile with selective hearing, criminal intent, and an emotional range that rivals a Shakespearean actor. So if you're thinking about getting one, this is your warning. And if you already have one, well, you probably haven't sat down since Tuesday. These are 9 habits of beagles you really need to know. Number 1. Selective hearing when a scent hits. Imagine calling your beagle at the park, and he just keeps trotting away like he's got AirPods in. No, it's not defiance. It's his nose putting in overtime. Beagles were literally bred to track scents for miles. Once their nose locks onto something, it's like the rest of the world fades to black. Owners often say it's like their beagle goes deaf on command. High-value treats? Squeaky toys? A fanatic game of charades? None of them matter anymore. If there's a rabbit trail nearby, your voice is simply background noise. In fact, one owner shared, "He knows, come, but if he smells anything, I could be dangling steak. He's gone." That's the beagle brain for you. 50% knows, 50% stubborn. This habit can turn off-leash walks into search and rescue missions. So unless you've got Navy SEAL level recall training and maybe a GPS collar, it's best to keep that leash handy when outdoors. You're not just walking a dog, you're holding back a hound with a one-track mind. Number 2. Baying and howling at random things and at inconvenient hours. You'll never need a ghost detector with a beagle in the house because they'll alert you to everything, real or imagined. Baying is their signature soundtrack. Unlike barking, a beagle's bay is a deep, drawn-out "aroo" that can make the walls vibrate. And while it's charming the first few times, it hits differently at 3 a.m. when they're howling at a shadow, or a falling leaf, or absolutely nothing. Many owners report their beagle howls at sirens, doorbells, vacuum cleaners, or the wind changing direction. In fact, one Reddit user wrote, "He howled at a bag of chips once. I have no explanation. And to be honest, I don't think he has any idea why either." You probably think this is just attention seeking. Well, it's not. It's actually instinct. The thing is, beagles were bred to communicate with hunters across long distances. So when your dog hears a car alarm 2 blocks away, he thinks he's doing his job. Unfortunately, that job rarely comes with a mute button. Number 3. Escaping and roaming, especially following scent. Some beagles treat your backyard like it's level 1 in an escape room. And spoiler alert, they always win. Escape artist isn't just a nickname with this breed. Some call it their lifestyle. Owners constantly share stories of their beagles squeezing through fence gaps, digging tunnels like a canine version of Shawshank, or bolting through doors with the stealth of a ninja. And once they catch a scent, that's mission launch. Their nose locks in, and your beagle is suddenly on a solo expedition through the neighborhood. One owner shared, "My beagle has escaped our fence yard 3 times. Once he dug under, once he climbed a woodpile, and once he waited for the gate to be slightly open and bolted. He's relentless." Because beagles were bred to track prey over long distances, your average backyard feels like a boring waiting room to them. So unless you've got fortress-level fencing and eyes on them 24/7, you're playing a risky game. Some owners swear by GPS collars, others by double gates. Either way, plan for the worst, because to a beagle, every breeze carries the start of a new adventure. Number 4. Trash raiding and dumpster diving. Some dogs beg for treats. Beagles? They go straight to the buffet, in your trash can. They don't just sniff garbage, they study it, track it, and dismantle every barrier between them and that glorious, moldy pizza crust. Owners often end up buying child locks, motion sensor lids, or full-on beagle-proof trash cans, only to watch their hound crack the code like a furry raccoon in a trench coat. One owner joked on Reddit, "I've watched my beagle tip the bin, pull out a bag, tear it open, and only eat the greasy fast food wrappers. He's got standards, I guess. Yes, it's gross, but it can also be very dangerous. Beagles will happily eat bones, wrappers, or spoiled leftovers if they smell remotely edible. That nose doesn't judge, it just reports. So if you own a beagle, consider your trash a high-security zone, because to them, it's not garbage. It's a snack puzzle waiting to be solved. Number 5. Rolling in disgusting smells to wear the scent. You haven't truly bonded with a beagle until they come trotting back to you, tail wagging, covered in something that smells like a biological hazard. Beagles have a special talent for finding the most revolting things in a 3-mile radius, then rolling in them like it's cologne. Dead bird? Rotten fish? A mysterious patch of poop that definitely wasn't there 5 minutes ago? Perfect. And once it's on their neck, shoulders, and ears, they act like they've just upgraded their scent game. In fact, one beagle owner wrote, "He proudly rolled in a dead frog, then tried to climb into my lap like he just saved Christmas." As foul as it seems, this behavior likely comes from their hunting roots, masking their scent to stalk prey more effectively. Unfortunately, the prey is long gone, and now your couch smells like roadkill. You can train, leave it, but it doesn't always stick. So pack the wet wipes and maybe ride home with the windows down. Number 6. Counter-surfing and food theft. If there's food in the house, your beagle already knows where it is and has probably memorized your mealtime schedule better than you have. Counter-surfing isn't a phase with this breed, it's a profession. Beagles are relentless when it comes to hunting down anything remotely edible. Loaves of bread, pizza boxes, chicken bones left a little too close to the edge, nothing is safe. Owners often compare them to four-legged detectives with one mission: secure the snack. One frustrated beagle parent told us, "He stole an entire rotisserie chicken, ate the whole thing, and then acted offended when I was upset. Mind you, the chicken was on the kitchen counter, pushed all the way to the wall behind the toaster." No surface is too high, no cupboard too clever. And the worst part? They're quiet about it. You won't hear Paul scrambling. You'll just find the aftermath and a suspiciously full-looking dog. It's funny until it's dangerous. Beagle-proofing your kitchen isn't optional. It's just part of living with a nose that always gets what it wants. Number 7. Leash pulling and zigzagging. Walking a beagle isn't so much a stroll as it is a full-body resistance workout with surprise direction changes. Their nose is practically dragging them down the sidewalk, and you're just the human anchor attached by a string. Beagles don't walk in straight lines. Rather, they zigzag, double back, dive into bushes, and veer off like they've just spotted a squirrel from another dimension. It's not bad behavior. It's nose behavior. One beagle owner summed it up saying, "I don't walk my beagle. I just try to keep up while he investigates the entire neighborhood in smell order." Even with training, the instinct to track can make loose leash walking a long-term project. A strong harness helps, but so does patience. And maybe a podcast, because your 5-minute potty break might become a 40-minute scent tour. With beagles, the walk isn't about destination. It's about sniffing everything that's ever happened on that sidewalk since 2004. Number 8. Separation distress and the sad howl when people leave. Some dogs pout when you leave the house. A beagle might sing you an opera or sorrow loud enough for the whole apartment complex to hear. These dogs are social to their core, and when they're left alone, especially for long stretches, they feel it. Beagle owners often describe the sound as a drawn-out, mournful howl, somewhere between a ghost and a toddler with a skinned knee. In fact, one beagle owner posted, He doesn't bark when I leave. It's more like a wail, as if I've just boarded a lifeboat and left him behind on the Titanic. It's dramatic enough that I've caught neighbors checking if something was dying." Welcome to the world of beagle separation distress. Since they were bred to work in packs, they're wired for constant company. Living solo in a crate while you're at work? That's literally their emotional nightmare. Toys, treats, and background noise can help a bit, but don't always fix the problem for good. For apartment dwellers especially, a lonely beagle can turn into a neighborhood noise complaint. Needless to say, this breed isn't the best for busy owners. Number 9. Stealing socks or clothes and reverse training the owner. You think your Beagle just loves socks, but odds are you've been played. Many Beagle owners report the same strange pattern. Their dog steals a sock, a towel, or even underwear, then waits for the reaction. A chase, a bribe, a game. It's not a random theft. It's an intelligent setup by your furry companion. One Reddit user nailed it, saying, "He'll stare at me dead in the eye, grab a sock, and slowly back into the hallway like he knows I'll follow with a treat. How can a Beagle be this smart?" Beagles are smart enough to figure out that sock theft equals human attention and possibly a delicious reward. You think you're teaching drop it, but in their mind, you're the one getting trained. However, the solution is simple. Don't play the game. Ignore the bait, teach a solid, leave it, and keep clothes off the floor. Because when a Beagle learns how to push your buttons, you'll find yourself trading half your laundry pile for peace and quiet. Hey, if you enjoyed this, you'll probably love this video here. And if you hit subscribe, I'll donate a meal to a rescue dog on your behalf.